everybody, and welcome to Essential Oils for Beginners. This is a introductory class to doTERRA essential oils. We're going to be going through a lot of the basics, what oils are, what they can help you with, how to use them safely, and then we'll be covering a few of the sort of the basic starter oils as well. So this is not supposed to be in-depth. This is not supposed to be complicated. This is supposed to be very, very simple, laying out the basics for you. So before we get started, let me just introduce myself. My name is Katie Allen of Katie Allen Holistic Health and Life Coaching, and I love what I do. So I do a few different things in the scope of coaching. I help people with learning to eat better, adopt a plant-based diet in a healthy way, and fuel their bodies in a way that feels really amazing to them. And I also love working with women to help them learn to love their bodies. When I help somebody learn to fall in love with what they see in the mirror, it is absolutely amazing. We all deserve to love ourselves, no matter what we look like, no matter how big we are, small we are. We're always told that we should be something different. Society has a way of doing that. Yet, somehow, when you take the power back, when you decide that you are beautiful and that you are worthy and that you are perfect just as you are, it is the most amazing, empowering thing. And oils are a way that oils are a tool that I use on that journey for many, many people. So as I said, this is not a specialty class. We're not going into it too much, but suffice to say, when we do get into some of the emotional benefits of the oils, I'll definitely be tying in a few kind of body love, body positivity notes in there as well, just simply because in my life they go together. I cannot really divide them. So let's get started. There we go. Okay, so number one, what are essential oils? So essential oils by definition are natural, highly concentrated compounds found in the roots, bark, seeds, flowers, or other areas of a plant. So essentially, oils just exist in nature. They are within plants, and using a couple of different ways, you can doTERRA oils. They extract the oils two ways: either steam distillation or what do they call it? Just pressing, just from pressure. So we're just taking these naturally occurring substances and extracting them from the plants themselves. So essential oils give a plant its aroma. So if you've ever, smelled a flower or something, that's what you're smelling. Or if you've picked up an orange or a lemon and you've just smelled the rind, you're smelling the essential oil that's occurring within that plant. Now, some oils protect the plants from environmental conditions. Sometimes they act as a natural insecticide, and many times they play a role in plant pollination as well. So essential oils are what's known, oh, no, I'm covering. That's helpful here, I'll move myself down here. Essential oils are what's known as volatile aromatic compounds. So really, in essence, it sounds complicated. All it means is that they're really, really tiny molecules that quickly go from a liquid state to a gas. So they evaporate really, really quickly. This is one reason that we generally dilute essential oils before using them topically. We'll get into that later. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons if you have a bottle of essential oils, you don't ever want to leave the cap off because it will evaporate. If you were to put a drop or two of peppermint oil into your hand and just let your hand sit open, in a couple minutes it would be gone. It would evaporate really quickly. So essential oils, if we get into the historical use, essential oils have been used in so many cultures for hundreds, sometimes thousands of years. There's a few listed here, places like Egypt, Greece, Rome, India, China, France. Now in Egypt, essential oils and perfumes were used, there's recorded use of them 3000 BC, that's like 5,000 years ago. And then all of these other civilizations, of course, came at different times, and a lot of them, like Romans, they used a lot of perfumes in baths and things, and that was all natural oils. In France, things like lavender have been used for healing for centuries. So essential oil and using them is really nothing new. It's actually incredibly ancient. And then just in the last couple hundred years with sort of modern technology, modern medicine, they've kind of fallen out of fashion, but people are rediscovering that these oils are here. They are amazing. They smell wonderful. They're safe and they're effective. So oils are not new. They're just kind of making a comeback. So why use essential oils to manage moods? So mood management is one of the main reasons that many people start using essential oils. It's kind of the opening, and I know it definitely was for me. And the fact is that essential oils are natural and they're safe. So many pharmaceuticals, many other treatments, they have nasty side effects. So we don't want those. We really want to support your body in a natural, holistic way. So essential oils, they're naturally occurring, they're safe, they generate a really quick response. And this is something that I was amazed by. I was really skeptical when I first started using essential oils. I just thought they were going to smell great. And they do, but there's so much more to them. So one of my first purchases was Clary Calm. I don't know if you can see that, Clary Calm. And it's in pre-diluted in a little roller bottle. And it's a mix of a whole bunch of different things. Things like clary sage, lavender, ylang ylang, cedarwood, geranium, a whole bunch more. And this is it's called a monthly blend for women. It is a hormonal support blend, basically your PMS blend to help calm your emotions. And when I first got this, like I said, I was really skeptical. I didn't think it was going to work. And I took this and using the little roller, I put a little bit on my neck, on my chest, on my pulse points, on my wrists. And literally I felt my whole body go, ugh. It's amazing. So it's fast. This is not something that takes weeks or months in order to get an effect. This is like minutes, sometimes seconds. And it's really simple. There's nothing complicated about it. So whether you're looking to, be more relaxed, be energized, be uplifted, whatever the thing is that you're looking for, essential oils can help you. They are a tool. So some everyday use of essential oils. This is just a handful of them, but you can use essential oils for things like cooking. So something like oregano or thyme or rosemary. A lot of these herbs that we cook with quite often, they come in, we have them in essential oil form as well. So they're really, really potent and they taste fantastic. So you can add those to recipes. A lot of your citrus oils like lime and wild orange and grapefruit, you can add those to smoothies or to your water. Digestion. So things like peppermint and Digest Zen. We're going to get into all of these more at the end. So I'll name a few now, but I will explain them all a bit more later on. So there's things like peppermint and Digest Zen, which is a blend, and they are Digest Zen is specifically created as a digestive support. Hair and skincare. So something like rosemary can actually encourage hair growth. So you can add a drop of that to your shampoo, and if you do that every day over a course of a few weeks, your hair will grow thicker and faster. Something like tea tree oil is really great for topical for if you have a pimple, which I do right now, wonderful. You just put it directly on there. If you have a minor cut or something, tea tree oil is great. Also, if you have dandruff, you can add a drop to your conditioner and put it in, and it can actually help naturally get rid of dandruff. Immune support. So there's a lot of oils that are amazing for immune support. Something like oregano is amazing. It's my go-to. More on that after as well. And something like On Guard. On Guard is a blend specifically created. It's like your immune support blend. Household cleaning. So you can make a lot of your own household cleaners that are all natural, free of toxins. They're really, really great for you. And so you can make these with things like a lot of your citrus oils, like your lemon, your lime, your grapefruit. They smell fantastic, but also they cleanse. Things like tea tree, things like On Guard. These things are all really great to add to household cleaners. So I make my own kitchen cleaner. I make my own laundry detergent. You can make, there's recipes for everything. And a lot of these oils, they're very, very simple, but they actually add to the cleaning power and they smell great as well. head and neck tension. So headaches, right? A lot of us that sit at a computer, you get your shoulders up here, you get really, really a lot of stiffness, a lot of tension. There's things like it's ice blue, or in North America, it's called deep blue. This is like a muscle rub. So it is soothing to your muscles, creates a bit of a warming sensation in there, and it really helps relax tense muscles. If you have a headache, peppermint is my go-to. I was super skeptical about this as well. I've gotten headaches my whole life. And I thought that peppermint, this little bottle right here, I didn't think it could actually help. But, you know, the whole thing is with peppermint, you have a headache, you put 1 drop in the palm of your hand, you rub your hands together, and then you inhale really, ooh, I actually had some on my hands, that smells good. You inhale really, really deeply, and it opens everything up. And then what I do is I take my hands and I rub my neck and my temples, and seriously, in 5 minutes, if your headache's not gone, it's significantly decreased. And that is natural. You're not taking any drugs, no pharmaceuticals, nothing. And it's 1 drop, like 1 drop. So you're not using a lot. And then seasonal and environmental discomfort. So this is, of course, different for everybody. Some people will get sneezy, some people will get runny, watery eyes, some people will get hives. Of course, it's completely unique to you, but whatever it happens to be, there is an oil that can support you through that. So there's oils that help clear the airways. There's oils that soothe the skin. So there are oils that can help support you through that. So some health benefits of essential oils. And I did mention some of these, so I'll just go through them quickly. Soothe occasional skin irritations. So that's like your lavender and your frankincense, where if your skin is a little bit hot, a little bit inflamed, maybe you have a minor little scratch or a small hive, they can really help calm your skin and soothe it. Promote healthy digestion. Like I just said, your digestin, your peppermint, these are things that are really going to support your digestive system. Support healthy immune function. Our immune systems are so amazing, and sometimes they just need a little extra help. They need some support, and that's where a lot of these oils can come in. These oils are not going to, they're not going to cure anything, but they are going to support your body so that your body can do its job and your body can keep you as healthy as possible. That's the role of your immune system. So you're just really helping your body do its job better. Promote restful sleep. So sleep is another big one that a lot of people come to oils specifically for, simply because sleep is challenging for a lot of people. Sleep is not one of those things it's one of those things that you take for granted if you get good sleep, but if you don't, it drives you crazy. So there's a lot of things that you can do with the oils. Things like lavender, ylang ylang, Roman chamomile, they're all really beautiful and soothing. Frankincense is another wonderful one. Breathe. If you have trouble sleeping because maybe you're blocked up, you know, when you have a cold and you're all congested, there's an oil called Breathe or Easy Air, again, depending on which warehouse. It's the same oil, it's just with a different name. You put that in a diffuser, and it is specifically made to open your airways and make it easier for you to breathe, and therefore help you sleep through the night. Alleviate occasional stomach upset, and more. There's so much more, really. We could talk for hours just about the health benefits. So, and then some emotional benefits of essential oils. So as I said before, my work as a coach, I work a lot with people on body image, on confidence, on self-esteem, and really teach people how to love their bodies. And a lot of that has to do with your emotions, right? Love is an emotion. And if you are constantly kind of hating on yourself in that negative headspace, you're not going to feel great. Like if you feel crappy in your head about your life, you're not going to feel great about your body. You have to kind of support the whole picture. It's a holistic view. So when we look at these oils, sometimes we're going to be looking at them as an uplifting thing. You know, if you're really depressed and kind of down in the dumps, you might need to just be invigorated and refreshed and uplifted. You know, some lemon, some grapefruit, peppermint, eucalyptus. These are things that are just like, they kind of lift you up. So for many people, that's part of their self-love journey and their body love journey. For others, it may be part of really tuning in to yourself. So this might be a lavender. You know, maybe put lavender with some coconut oil and give yourself a full body massage. That is a self-care ritual and a body love ritual that I do all the time, and I encourage everybody to do. And having the lavender oil in there really helps just calm you down and ground you and relax you. It's wonderful. So as I said, whatever the emotion that you're looking for, whether you want to be uplifted, whether you want to be grounded, if you want to be invigorated and energized, whatever that thing is, there is an oil that can help you get there. So why doTERRA? So doTERRA is the only brand of oils that I use. And there's a few reasons for that. Number one, before I tried doTERRA, I bought the cheap oils at the store. You know, you can go down and get a bottle of oil for $5, and I thought that that's what an essential oil was. But those things are generally full of synthetics, they're full of fragrance, they're full of all sorts of things. And so they're not pure. The first time that you buy a pure essential oil, if you're used to those cheapy store-bought ones, you will be blown away, guaranteed. Like, I bought lavender that didn't smell like lavender. I bought cedar that smelled kind of like nail polish remover. And now these oils that I have, they smell like what they're supposed to smell like. So doTERRA oils are the purest oils on the market today. They're very, very high quality. And all of doTERRA's oils are sourced from plants that are grown and harvested in their natural environment, their natural habitat. So what that means is there isn't just one big greenhouse where there's 100 different varieties of plants growing and they're made into essential oils. doTERRA sources their product from where it's supposed to be grown. So that means that the lemon essential oil, that comes from Italy. Lavender, that comes from France. So these things, where they have been grown for decades, sometimes hundreds, if not thousands of years, that's where these products are sourced from. And that also means that the growers, they're educated and they're supported. So some of these oils are sourced from, underdeveloped countries. And so instead of just buying out a farmer and replacing them with, somebody else who's higher up and kind of just sending the farmer on his way, doTERRA tends to support the farmer. They educate them. They help them do a better job, because the better quality of the plant, the better essential oil it's going to be. So instead of just having an oil that came from a greenhouse somewhere, these plants are grown indigenously where they're supposed to be, which means that the oil is the best quality it can be. And each batch of oil is third-party tested for purity. So they're not just tested by doTERRA labs, they're tested by an outside lab. So you know that what you're getting is what it says. And they're affordable. So some people may balk at the price, but what you need to remember is that you're using drops at a time. Quite often, one drop is one application. These oils are so potent. So you don't need 10 drops, a teaspoon. Like, that would be insane. Like I said before, for my peppermint, for headaches, one drop of peppermint oil can get rid of a headache for me. One drop. When I turn my diffuser on in the morning, I put 4 drops of oil in, maybe 5 or 6, and that's kind of it. And of course, I could only put 2 if I wanted. I just happen to like it a little bit stronger. So you're not using very much. And some oils, you will literally have one bottle for months, if not years. I mean, some of these oils, like say lemon, are things that you may go through a little bit quicker, while others, like oregano, are something that you really won't go through that much. They're not like a daily use oil, but they're one that you want to have on hand for when you need it. These oils are also really effective. They do what they say they're going to do, and they're safe and they're easy to use. They're simple. Again, it may seem kind of overwhelming at the beginning. You don't know what to use where. But the beautiful thing is that there are so many incredible resources that I can hook you up with. There are so many websites, there's books, there's textbooks, there's a lot of information, and it's actually a lot simpler than you think it is. So how do you use essential oils? So there's 3 different ways. Of course, I'm covering it again. So you can see the A, T, and the I. So A is aromatic, T is topical, and I is internal. So we'll go through each of those now. So first off is aromatic. So first off is aromatic. So aromatic very simply just means you smell it. You're using your nose to get the oils in. And this is really amazing because without getting too sciencey on you, there's been studies done that show that when you smell something, so when you smell an essential oil, there is a direct link from your nose into the limbic system of your brain. And the limbic system of your brain, among other things, is responsible for your emotions, for creating your emotions. So that's why when you smell something like lavender, it literally takes seconds before you have an emotional response, before you have that relaxation response. So aromatic use is really, really, really effective, and it's quite often the first way that people use essential oils in their lives. So a few ways to use essential oils. Number one is mix oil, like 1 or 2 drops of oil with water in a spray bottle, and you can mist that over your carpet, your furniture, linens, kind of just like a really nice room refresher. You can add a drop or 2 to a homemade surface cleanser. So whether that's, you know, to clean your kitchen counters, whether that is your bathroom cleaner, your oils will smell great and they clean at the same time, which is really nice. You can place a drop of oil in your hand, rub your palms together, cup the hands over the nose and inhale. So like I was mentioning before with my peppermint for headaches, that's a great one. And then the last one is that you can add a single oil or a blend of oils to a diffuser. So in the picture here, that's the petal diffuser. So that is the diffuser that's included in the Home Essentials kit. So it's a little, mine, I don't know if you can see, mine's behind me, back there, it's going right now. And so it's really little, really, really simple to use. And you just put your water in, you put a little bit of tap water in. And then you put whatever oils in. You can use one oil, you can put, you know, a couple of drops of lime, say, or eucalyptus, are really nice and uplifting. Or you can put, you know, 2 or 3. Right now I have frankincense, lavender, and wild orange in mine, which is beautiful. It's one of my favorite smells right now. I really, really love it. So another way to use essential oils is topically, which just means on the skin. So some effective methods of topical application include mixing a few drops of essential oils with a carrier oil. So that could be something like just a coconut oil would be fine, sweet almond oil, jojoba, any of those. You mix your essential oil with that first and then place it in a warm bath. And that way you get all the benefits of the oil, both topically on your skin and aromatically, because of course the warm water is gonna put the particles into the air as well. You can make a hot or cold compress by just putting a cloth in hot water, adding a couple drops of oil and applying it directly to the skin. You can mix a few drops of oil with your lotion or moisturizer and apply to the skin. This is what I do every night before bed. My overnight facial moisturizer, I put 1 drop of lavender in, mix it in together and put that directly on my face. It's beautiful. And there is a note at the bottom. Most essential oils require mixing with a carrier oil before being used directly on the skin. So remember earlier I mentioned that essential oils are volatile compounds, which means that they evaporate really easily. So if you were to take 1 drop of oil and put it directly on your skin, most of that would evaporate before it can actually sink in. So by mixing it with a carrier oil, just say, we'll just use coconut oil as an example. By mixing it with coconut oil and applying it on your skin, you're creating a bigger surface area and it's going to hold the oil there and help it soak in. So you're actually going to get more benefit if you add a carrier oil with it. You will absorb more of it into your body. The second reason that you would want to do this is that many oils, because these oils are so pure and they're very, very strong, they're very potent, some of them may cause skin sensitivity if they're put directly on the skin. So something like peppermint is a really cooling oil. Something like cinnamon or clove, they're very warming oils. So if you were to put those directly on your skin with no carrier oil, they can cause an allergic reaction. It may be a very, very intense feeling. It's not always the nicest. So it really is best to always apply with a carrier oil. The only exceptions to this are, there are certain oils that are specifically said to be okay, like they've tested it and they are kind of like, they've got the check mark to be used without a carrier oil, and being used on their own without that is just called neat. So if you're ever reading and you say may be used topically neat, it just means without a carrier oil. So there are some that can be, but when in doubt, mix with a carrier oil if you're not sure. So topical use, you can use these oils topically in many different areas. So neck, forehead, and temples, great when you have tension, when you have a headache. Chest and abdomen. So if you're having, if you have a cold and you're really, really phlegmy, you're congested, some of the airway clearing oils, great to use topically on your chest. Abdomen, if you're having some digestive discomfort, great. Oh, so good to use on your abdomen. Mix it with a bit of carrier oil. You can massage it in. Arms, legs, and bottom of feet. So just a note on this, when I first started using oils, and I kept seeing things like applied to the bottoms of your feet, soles of your feet. I was like, what's with the bottoms of your feet? Why is everybody obsessed with this? And interestingly, it's because the pores on the soles of our feet are actually different. They're bigger and they absorb more. So if you were to put the same amount of oil on, say, on your thigh versus the sole of your foot, you would actually absorb more and get more benefits if it's on the sole of your foot, which is kind of cool. So that's really great. And also, if you're using oils, say, with kids or with babies, and you don't want them touching the oils and getting it in their eyes, put it on their feet and then put little socks on. It's really great. Some sensitive areas that you want to avoid with oils. So these are things like the skin around the eyes, your inner ears, and any broken or injured skin. So my kind of rule of thumb is an opening of the body. Don't put an oil near there unless you are specifically told to by a professional, a practitioner, and then any broken or injured skin. So there are certain oils that are really good to use for very minor cuts and scrapes. So something like lavender or tea tree or frankincense, actually. If you have a little red spot, a pimple, a minor little cut, you can put those on and they actually promote healing. But again, if you are not sure, best to not apply it. So internal use. So there has been quite a bit of controversy over whether essential oils are safe to use internally, whether they're safe to digest or not. And as you can see at the bottom, that little note, use as directed on labels, as some oils are not safe for internal use, and only doTERRA oils are recommended due to their high quality and the CPTG testing. So I haven't mentioned that testing before, but that is the really rigorous testing that all doTERRA oils go through before being put on the market. So I won't get too sciencey on you, but it is a whole, but CPTG is like, it's a whole bunch of different tests that they've just kind of given that one name, brought it together. But these oils, they're the top grade. They're as good as it gets. So I would never, not in a million years, use one of those cheap oils. They're full of, fragrances, synthetics. You don't want that stuff in your body. If you're putting it in your body, you want to make sure you have the best of the best, which is why I only use doTERRA. And also, just make sure that the oil that you want to ingest is safe for internal use. So, for example, I have my lemon here. I don't know if you can see that. And on the bottle, it specifically says, for flavoring use, dilute 1 drop in food or liquid. So it will say on the bottle that it is safe to ingest. Now, something like eucalyptus. So I have my eucalyptus oil. On the bottle, it specifically says, where did it go? For aromatic or topical use, dilute with fractionated coconut oil as needed for skin sensitivity. So it does not say it's safe to ingest. It tells you to use it the other 2 ways. It does not tell you to ingest it, to take it inside. So do not ingest this one. So when in doubt, always look on the bottle and follow the directions there. That being said, if you have an oil that is safe to ingest, a few ways of doing that is you can place essential oil drops into a veggie capsule and swallow with water. That way you don't have to taste it and it gets right into your stomach. Now that may be useful for some people for something like DigestZen. So again, this is the digestive blend, and it really is to just help support your digestive system. So that's like occasional bloating, gas, discomfort, that sort of thing, really, really helps. Now, it tastes very strong of licorice. It has, what is it, aniseed, I believe? Yeah, anise. Among, ginger, caraway, peppermint, coriander, fennel, a bunch of different stuff in here. But it does have a very strong taste. So what I don't mind the taste. So I put 1 drop in a glass of water or some almond milk and drink it. But if you did mind the taste, you could put it in a veggie capsule and swallow it. And that way it bypasses your mouth, but you still get the benefits in your stomach. So put it in a capsule. You can mix it into a drink, water, milk, tea, a smoothie, citrus oils. The wild orange is great in smoothies. Just one drop will do. You can place a couple of drops into yogurt, into applesauce, something like that, mix it in. You can also add a lot of these to recipes for a flavor boost. So I've made lemon poppy seed muffins and added a couple drops of lemon to boost that flavor. You can put something like rosemary, thyme, oregano into like a pasta sauce where you would use those herbs anyways. You're just kind of giving it an extra boost. So there are a lot of ways to use essential oils internally, as long as you make sure that you are following the directions on the label and only using the highest quality oils. So what oils should you start with? That's the biggest question. Like, okay, we have these oils. We know they can do all these amazing things. Where do I start? What's the go-to? So I'm going to go through the top 10. So these 10 oils that I'm going to go through are in the Home Essentials kit. So the Home Essentials kit is the most recommended starting place. So that kit comes with these 10 oils plus a diffuser and a welcome kit, which comes with quite a bit of information. So it's a really beautiful package to start with. I will explain more about that at the end, but we'll get into these now. Some of these are single oils, some of them are blends, but I'll explain them as we go. So number 1 is lemon. So lemon, everybody knows what lemon tastes like, lemon smells like. It's beautiful, it's clean, it's wonderful, it's refreshing. I love lemon. So a few ways that you can use lemon, and all of these, this is by no means an exhaustive list. This is I'm just going through a few of the basics. I don't want to overwhelm you with like the 1,000 uses. So I just want to give you an idea of a few different ways we can do this. So you can add lemon oil to a spray bottle of water and use it to clean countertops, other surfaces. Place a few drops of lemon in your diffuser. Lemon is beautiful when diffused. It's really uplifting and refreshing. You can add a few drops of lemon to a glass of water. I quite often, actually, in here right now, I love putting lemon or lime, for that matter, or one of each into my water, and it's just really beautiful and refreshing and really, really simple. So tea tree or melaleuca, depending, again, it's the same thing, just depends on what country you're in. It's marketed differently. In Australia, it says tea tree on it. In North America, as you can see in the photo, it says melaleuca, same thing. So tea tree is a beautiful oil. I actually love, some people think it smells kind of medicinal. I love the smell. I think it just smells really like green and natural. So tea tree is great to cleanse the scalp. So as I mentioned before, if you do have a little bit of dandruff, it can help with that. I just add a bit to either my shampoo or my conditioner. You can also add 1 drop to your hairbrush, and as you're brushing your hair, it spreads it through your hair. You can apply directly to fingernails and toenails. It cleanses them and helps prevent any fungal infections from occurring. It's great for the skin. So if you have a red spot on your skin, if you have a really minor scrape, it's really wonderful. It helps kind of refresh and revitalize the skin. And it also is beautiful added to all-purpose cleaners, laundry detergent. It boosts the cleaning power, and it also has that really, really nice smell. Oregano. Okay. One thing about oregano. This is the only oil that I have gotten, and I have opened it and gone, ugh. So oregano is a very strong smell. And if you've smelled oregano, I mean, most of us will have it in our kitchen. You know what it smells like. This is just incredibly potent, incredibly strong. And when I first got it, I went, what am I supposed to use this for? But the beautiful thing about oregano is that it is renowned for its cleansing properties, really seriously. It is my go-to for immune support. So oregano is the oil you want to have on hand at all times. So it'll probably take you years to go through one of these bottles. But it's one of those where if you wake up and you have a tickle in your throat, or you kind of start feeling a bit sick, or maybe your kid comes home from school and the rest of the class is sick, but they don't yet have symptoms. This is one of those things that is so simple. You simply put a drop, mix it with a tiny bit of carrier oil, put it on the soles of your feet, 3 or 4 times a day. Since I got my oregano oil and I started doing that, I haven't been sick once. I've had sick people all around me. Quite a few times I've woken up and felt like I had the start of a cold. Did that for a couple of days. It's never developed into a cold. What it does, it supports your body so that your body can do a better job at fighting off pathogens. Really, it's amazing. The other thing with oregano is that you can use it on your feet and your toenails to keep them healthy. So as much as you may be using it for immune support, it's also actually just really good for keeping your skin healthy as well. So you're kind of getting a 2-in-1. And oregano is also good to boost flavor. Like I said, if you're making a pasta sauce or something where you want this flavor in there, 1 or 2 drops, very powerful. It will do the job for you. So oregano is key to have on hand. Key. The next one is DigestZen. This was my savior. So this is one of the first ones that I ever tried. And some of you may know this, some of you may not. Back in 2016, I was in the hospital. I had liver abscesses, ended up that I had a parasite that I picked up when I was on holiday. And it was a tough go. I'm fine. Well, I shouldn't say I'm fine. I'm mostly fine now. I'm recovered. I'm safe. I still have a liver that works. But when I was in hospital, it took them so long to diagnose me, and nobody knew why I had these abscesses in my liver. I was on every antibiotic known to mankind. I had an IV line that went from my upper arm into the top of my heart. It's called a PICC line. PICC lines are quite often used for people that are on chemo, anybody that's getting a really high dose of drugs, a lot of pharmaceuticals. And I was on that because the drugs that I was getting were so strong that if they had put them in a vein lower in my arm like they normally would, they would have actually burned my veins. They had to put them up here because they were so much of them and they were so strong. So what that meant is that, well, number one, in the end, I never had any infections. They were all useless. But my whole body was stripped. I had no immune system. And I had no good gut flora either. So, we quite often hear right now about probiotics and prebiotics and supporting your immune system and supporting your digestive system. And I didn't have any digestive system. So when I got out of the hospital, I was constantly, maybe TMI, but I was like bloated and then gassy and then diarrhea and then constipated. And it was like for months and months and months and months and months. And it seemed like nothing was helping. And my body was so inflamed and really needed help. And when I got this DigestZen, I was skeptical, but at that point I was like, I don't even care. I'm going to try anything. It is beautiful. So it just really calms your whole digestive tract, and it supports it so that it can start doing its thing again. It can start functioning optimally. And it takes so little, but it's so effective. So this is something that you can apply topically to the stomach to aid digestion. So you would mix it with a little bit of carrier oil. Again, I use coconut oil, and you give yourself an abdominal massage. So you just, in a clockwise motion, that's the way that your gut runs. So you want to always rub clockwise, and just really gently rub clockwise, and the oils just sink in so fast. Also adding a drop to a glass of water or almond milk, and ingest it, get it inside. I generally, when I need it, I do both. So I drink it and then I do a massage, and it's really 10, 15 minutes later, you have relief. It's amazing how quick this works, and it's really effective. So it's wonderful for, bloating, discomfort. If you really just want to help your digestive system work better, this is definitely going to be a great tool for you. The next one is Ice Blue or Deep Blue. So again, in Australia, it's called Ice Blue. In North America, it's called Deep Blue. It's the same thing. So this is an athletic blend. It has a lot of different oils in it. So it has things like chamomile, wintergreen, peppermint, ylang ylang, blue tansy, and a whole bunch of other ones. So this is for topical use only, and it provides a soothing, comforting sensation that kind of both cools and warms the skin at the same time. So It's great to massage on tired or sore muscles. A lot of people use it both before and after a workout, and they find that it actually keeps the soreness from setting in the first place if you use it before, and then after it kind of soothes any that may have come up. It's also really great for a deep tissue massage. So if you have, if you have a kid and you like to give them a massage before bed, that was me when I was a kid. I always used to force that. Or if you like to give your partner maybe a neck massage or a shoulder rub or something, if they have a lot of tension, this is going to be your best friend. It is so beautiful. Again, really strong, really potent, and beautiful. Works great. Peppermint. So peppermint I've already mentioned a whole bunch of times because I love it. Peppermint is pretty much a daily thing for me. So you can diffuse peppermint to promote feelings of easy breathing, clear airways. You can freshen your breath with it by placing 1 drop of oil under your tongue. So every morning I do oil pulling. Without getting into it too much, that's a whole separate thing. Oil pulling is where you hold about a tablespoon of oil in your mouth in the morning for about 20 minutes and you pull it through your teeth. It's a way to detox naturally. It's cleansing for your body, and it's also really great for your oral health. You can add 1 drop of peppermint oil to that oil that you're holding in your mouth. It would normally be like a coconut oil. I think some people use like olive oil. You add 1 drop of peppermint to that and you get the cleansing properties and also the fresh breath from it as well. So that's a great little tip. You can add peppermint oil to shampoo or conditioner to really kind of stimulate that scalp. It's really beautiful and uplifting. And then again, I know I've mentioned it a bunch of times, awesome for headaches. Put a drop in your palms, rub them together and inhale deeply. It's amazing. I've also cooked with this. So it's great if you like peppermint chocolate. I've made peppermint chocolate bliss balls. I've made hot chocolate with this. So it's beautiful. It's one of the most versatile, I would say, of the oils. So Easy Air or Breathe. So of the ones we're talking about, this is the only one that I don't currently have in my collection. But this is a blend that is specifically created to support your respiratory system. So it supports healthy breathing. So you can diffuse this at night to promote really clear breathing, a restful sleep. Again, if you have a lot of phlegm, if you're blocked up, if there's a cold going around the house, diffuse this at night and it will just help everybody kind of relax and help them sleep better. So it gives that sort of clear, calm feeling when breathing. You can also apply this topically to the chest, to the back, or to the soles of your feet when you're sick to promote that clear airway. I know recently, was it last month, here in Sydney, there was a bushfire not too far from here, and the air was really, really smoky for a few days. And I was kicking myself for not having this because a friend of mine who lives not far from here, she had this going in her house the whole time, and her whole family was fine. None of them had any breathing difficulties. None of them got a sore throat. None of them, they were all just fine. Whereas I was sore throat every day. I was coughing. I really needed some support. And so anyway, this is in my next order. I will get it soon. But Easy Air is key. It's so wonderful. On Guard. I love my On Guard. On Guard is protective blend. So it is a mix of, it's wild orange, clove, cinnamon leaf, cinnamon bark, eucalyptus, and rosemary. So it is sort of spicy and citrusy, and it's really cleansing. So when you put it in the diffuser, it cleanses the air. It gets a lot of the toxins out of the air. It's also really, really uplifting and energizing. I love the smell. It's beautiful. Quite often I'll use it in my office first thing in the morning when I'm getting started with work. You can apply it topically to your spine or to the soles of your feet. Great as immune support. Again, if there is kind of a toss-up between On Guard and oregano as immune support, but they're both really great. So again, if there is sickness going around, if you kind of feel like a cold coming on, if you apply this topically to, as it says there, your spine or soles of your feet for 3 or 4 times a day for a few days, it really will help. And the beautiful thing with oils, and I haven't mentioned this before, is that you want to use a small amount frequently. So with a lot of things, we do 1 megadose for 24 hours kind of thing. And that's not really the most ideal way to help your body. How oils work is that you want a small amount, but have it really consistent so that they're constantly in your body, so that you're supporting your body through the whole thing, instead of it kind of having, here's some help, no help, here's help, no help. You want it to be, yeah, sort of like slow and steady. So tiny bit, like 1 drop a few times a day is ideal. And then also with On Guard, you can add a few drops to a spray bottle, use as a surface cleaner. It's great in your kitchen counter cleaner, great in laundry detergent, just to help get some of those nasties out of there. Frankincense. Frankincense is amazing. So they call frankincense the king of oils. And the whole idea is, when in doubt, use frankincense. So if you think, oh, there must be an oil for that, there must be something that could help me relax, something that could help, you know, with immune support, something that could help make my skin look better. When in doubt, reach for frankincense. It is probably the thing that's going to help you. So when it's diffused, it makes you feel really relaxed. It promotes peace and happiness. You can add a drop to your facial moisturizer for really beautiful, radiant, glowing skin. You can apply it to the soles of your feet to promote relaxation and immune support. And you can also add it to, you know, little minor scrapes, minor sunburn, really nice. Add it on there. It just helps support the skin and help it heal. And then lavender. So this is the last of our 10, and I saved what I think is the best till last. So lavender is my personal favorite. Excuse me. Lavender is, it's kind of like my savior. I love it. So I use lavender literally all the time, like multiple times each day. So lavender is great for many things. It reduces the appearance of skin imperfections, red marks. It soothes skin irritations. So for example, I'm allergic to dogs, but I love them. So when I'm around a dog, sometimes I'll get little hives on my skin. A little bit of lavender really soothes my skin and helps clear those hives up. You can place a few drops of lavender in your diffuser. Wonderful if you want to relax, you want to ease stress, you want to ease tension. As I said, right now I actually have a blend of frankincense, wild orange, and lavender going in my diffuser, so it smells beautiful in here. And lavender is great for sleep. It's one of the most recommended sleep oils. You can add lavender directly to your bedding. So sometimes I'll put 1 drop right on my pillow before bed. You can put it on the soles of your feet. I also, as I said, I put 1 drop in my facial moisturizer before I go to bed. So literally my whole face smells like lavender when I go to bed. So my skin is benefiting and I'm getting the aromatic benefit as well because I'm breathing it in. And lavender is the best for having a warm bath before bed to help relax and unwind. So you would just add lavender. What I like to do is I add lavender to a bit of coconut oil. You want to mix those first, otherwise you'll have individual drops of lavender kind of floating on the top and they'll just kind of evaporate really quickly. If you mix it with the carrier oil first, it will stay there a lot longer and it'll soak into your skin. You'll get all the benefits from it. Do that, mix it with some Epsom salts, put the whole thing in, have a soak. It's heaven. It's beautiful. So if you have any stress, any tension in your life, do yourself a favor, lavender. It will be your best friend. So if you guys have any more questions, if you are wondering, you know, if you want a more thorough explanation about something, if you have more questions and you're not sure, this book, which is available on doTERRA's website, is great. So it is a lot of what we've just talked about, but just in more detail. So it's directly from doTERRA, more scientifically proven, or not scientifically proven, but scientifically written, a better explanation. So if you do want more, this is available and I am happy to send the link to you. You can just add a comment to this video. So last but not least is, how do I get these oils? So doTERRA essential oils are not available in stores. Sometimes they are listed online, but generally those prices are marked way up, and there has actually been instances where they have been tampered with. It may not be what's in the bottle, may not be what's on the label. And may, you know, somebody may have used half of it and then thinned it out with something else. So it's always best to purchase direct from doTERRA. So how you do that is generally you want to choose the product kit that's best for you. So as I said, the 10 oils we just went through, those are all part of the Home Essentials kit. So the Home Essentials kit is the best way to start for most people because it comes with those 10 oils, it comes with a diffuser, and it comes with a kit that explains everything. It's a really great starting point. It's the perfect starter kit. And then it's best to become a member. So you become a member, you get member-only benefits, including access to the loyalty rewards program, free products, you can have access to earning commissions. There's a lot of really great benefits, including 25% off the retail price. So by joining, you can see the price there. It's $35 Australian, $42 Canadian to join. That's a 12-month membership. And then you pay that and you get 25% off retail right off the bat. And the beautiful thing is that if you start with an enrollment kit like the Home Essentials kit, that membership fee is actually waived. So it's free if you start with the Home Essentials kit. And then after those 12 months, if you renew, I believe, it's a little bit cheaper to renew. I believe it's 25 Australian and 30 Canadian. Don't quote me on that. For another 12 months, but then you automatically receive a free bottle of peppermint oil when you renew. So it doesn't really cost much at all. So doTERRA essential oils, it's really, really great. You want to purchase them directly from doTERRA, and once you are set up with your account, then you can access that yourself. So you can log on, you create the order that you want. It's shipped directly to your house. They just arrive on your doorstep. It's seamless, it's beautiful, and it's easy. So it really is not complicated in any way. You just have to get started with an account. That's it. So if there are any questions, any comments, I love feedback. Please let me know. Please send me a message, comment below. I would really, really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to talking to you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And happy oiling. I'll talk to you soon.